Hello friends, hello YouTube, how are you guys doing? Rainbow here, and the FunFest show is back, and we have another NERF mod for you today that I'm really happy and proud about. So the little story behind this before I show it to you is I just was randomly looking through Thingiverse about, I don't know, somebody asked me for a muzzle attachment kind of thing that I used for a build, and I was trying to find a file to then send it to them. But I stumbled across a front piece that was designed by somebody to use with his Rayven, and he decided to share, and the link is in the description. And I saw that and I was like, oh yeah, I want to do something with that. I want to do a Rayven. And so I got a friend of mine to print it for me, and he like rapidly printed this for me so that I could get it done in time for the make and the Comic-Con. And yeah, I just like got it, and I had in mind something futuristic, sci-fi-esque, sort of maybe, you know, Borderlands, maybe something else, and it became a mix of everything, and Borderlands inspired, cel shaded. We're talking about Lyxos LS-39. Here we go. This is the blaster. And as per, I'm going to give you an overview about what's going on so you can check it out. This is the 3D printed part I was talking about, the one that inspired me to do this entire build. And we're looking at over here, side attachment, I'm going to talk about this in a second, and the end of the blaster with the magazine in the same color, and the other side. So over here, got the name and the number, and back to the front. So this is the blaster. Let's have an internal overview and then the external overview, because internal overview is quick. It is rewired stock. I have put in a 15 amp micro switch because I like the clickiness on the ref switch, and everything else, all the locks taken out, rewired, 2 stock motors. So it's currently running on 2 IMRs and 2 dummies. Nothing special, nothing fancy, but it works just as it should. And let's talk about the outside modding of this, because it's way more exciting. As I said, this thing 3D printed and loving it. Really cool. Link for the file, it's gonna be below. The other thing that is really prominent is this. It is a side attachment, and yes, I've got the idea, because the guy, you'll see when you check out the file, like he has a similar thing on the side, and I'm like, yes, there's a side rail, I want to do something with it. What I've done, you can see here, it's an old NERF red dot sight that I flipped upside down and built a box for, and then it's attached, and by the way, it's permanently attached to this side rail. It's screwed onto the side rail because it's really heavy, because I have put a flashlight into this. So over here you can see there's a button that you can activate with your thumb when you're holding the blaster, and then you have a flashlight with like 3 modes. There you go. And yeah, build the box around it for the flashlight, put the flashlight in there, makes it a little heavier. And then I decided to just go one further. The original switch, you can still use that, and that was this little red LED that was doing the dot. I've just taken it out of its little box and put it in there. So you have like a background lighting of the flashlight if you want. So it's just up there. And then you can go and put the flashlight on. It's going to be really bright. Bam! I warned you. I said it's going to be really bright. We've added some aquarium tubing in the back, going up from here and into the battery case. They are purely aesthetic, but they make it look cool and futuristic and whatnot. And yeah, the other side is rather simple. There's no attachments, but we can look at the paint job. What is a paint job? Again, base primer and automotive silver, and then I've done a mix spray paint. So it's 2 different Montana spray paint colors that I've wielded, that I've dual wielded if you want, and just like went over after primed everything, so I had it down, just went over that, and this is sort of, that's why this is such a random color. And I don't know if it shows up on the video as good as it actually shows up when you look at it in person, because this has really interesting effects, because one of the colors was metallic and the other one wasn't. So where there is more metallic, it shimmers a little bit more, and where there is less, it looks a little bit greener, not as blue, and I just love that. All of these scratches, where you can see the silver, are done with liquid latex, and that was applied before I did the dual wielding spray painting. So I just had a little brush and put this on there, just, you know, in all the areas where I think that over time, you know, scratches would occur and the paint would wear off. Just random. One thing to note, if you want to work with liquid latex, make sure you have a set of old brushes that you're never ever gonna use as a brush anymore, because it'll stick, it'll stay in there, and it'll just be like a rubber flap at some point. And then, as I said, the dual wheel spray paint on top. We've highlighted some orange bits here, here, and here, matching orange with the flashlight over there. And then it's the same comic style paint job as I've done with the Magna LS-20. So if you guys remember, like the orange one back there. Yeah, it's like you take a set of black markers, in my case it's acrylic markers, and then you're just going to go mark off the edges, and then you're going to go and do all these other lines and little details and little things to make it comic style looking. And after that, once you've done that, some cell shading, which I've done with green ink, so it is there but it's not as prominent, it's not as in your face. And yeah, that is all the things. So I've added the same printed rail that is over here on top of there, so just to make it look like it's in unison. And it's not a functioning rail, but looks good. This build literally just came into existence because I saw that and I loved it on the Rayven and I wanted to do one. So there you go. This blaster is meant to be a cosplay prop, or, you know, for somebody who really likes this design. This is for sale, so if you're interested in this, purchasing this blaster, let me know. As I said, in terms of stock, running on 2 or 3 IMRs, depending how you want to treat your stock motors, can be opened up, can put anything you like into there. So if you want that high power mod, we can talk about that. Other than that, email is in the description to this video. And yeah, if you know you want me to build anything like this for you, or paint jobs in like a different color or anything like that, make sure to let me know. And this is it. Thank you guys. It's weird to hold with the whole magazine. I'm going to take this out for now. There you go, nice and easy. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, make sure to leave a like and a sub. Tell me what you think in the comments, and make sure to check out my social media, my website, my Instagram, and my Patreon. It will mean a world to me if you become a patron. Shout out to my patrons. You guys are awesome. You know who you are, and you're great. And I'm very thankful for everybody who decides to support me through Patreon, because it'll keep me going with doing what I do. You know how Patreon works. If you don't, there's a video. And yeah, if you want to check out Patreon, there is a bunch of tutorials and builds and inside information on previous builds and all that. So yeah, have fun checking this out. Thank you so much. And other than that, I'll see you at the next convention, or for sure on a NERF battlefield. Love and sunshine, my friends. See ya.